Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Croston and I'm from the state of Ohio. And for this discussion board, I'm going to be talking about Ohio's counseling credentials and licensure requirements. One of the first things, of course, is educational requirements. And for Ohio, you must have 60 graduate level credits. These credits must include topics on counseling theory, counseling techniques, human growth and development, social and cultural foundations, group dynamics processing and counseling, lifestyle and career development, appraisal of the individual, research and evaluation, and professional, legal, and ethical issues. You must also have a practicum and internship. The practicum must include 100 hours with 40 hours of direct client care. The internship must include at least 600 hours and include 240 hours of client care. There are several different exams which you have to pass, and these are the National Counselor Examination for Licensure and Certification, or the NCE, and the National Clinical Mental Health Counseling Examination, or the NCMHCE. For the number of required hours of post-master's supervised clinical experience, Ohio specifically requires counselors in training to have completed credits in clinical psychopathology, personality, and abnormal behavior, evaluation of mental and emotional states, diagnosis of mental and emotional disorders, methods of intervention and prevention of mental and emotional disorders, and treatment of mental and emotional disorders. There's a minimum of 2 years of supervised practice, which must be in a clinical setting, and that includes the diagnosis and treatment of mental and emotional disorders. There's a requirement of at least 1,500 hours of work, and a minimum of 50% of the work must be face-to-face direct client contact. For the nomenclature for licensure in my state, I had to carefully read through the differences because there are several. The first type was a registered counselor trainee, or just counselor trainee, and that is basically while you're in your practicum and your internship. And then for Ohio, there are 3 other levels beyond those, and those are the LPC, and that's after completing all your coursework and your practicum and internship, and then also the LPCC, or the CR, which is clinical resident, and those are after completing 3,000 clinical hours of work experience. So the one thing that I found that would be challenging to achieve is the number of steps that you have to take for becoming a counselor. It's really quite intensive, and a fair amount of organizational skills are needed just to keep track of it all. And on top of that, there's going through the actual requirements as well, which are difficult in their own right. So it's a lot of work, but I'm up to meeting the challenge, and it'll be worth it in the end. Thanks for listening.